In this screencast, we import bookmarks from Firefox into Hyena, then browse the imported RDF data in Hyena, and then embed bookmarks that are returned from a query in a wiki page. Step 1. Import bookmarks. First, we open a file where we want to store the bookmarks. And this file currently only has 2 wiki pages in it. Then we invoke the import command. We choose an importer. We want to import bookmarks. We choose a file. This file is in my home directory, and it has the JSON format, which is the new format for bookmarks from Firefox. The old one was HTML. Then we choose a graph where the imported data should be put, and we want to create a new graph to keep the bookmarks separate from the other RDF data. This is a relatively ugly automatically generated unique ID. We can rename it later. And we clear something if something is already there, which isn't the case because we've created the graph from scratch. Then we submit. And this is already parsed from the bookmarks JSON data, and we can pick what we want to import. We just import everything. And here you should note that the tags are also a folder, so you can just import all bookmarks that have a given tags. We'll work with tags more later. Okay, so we import everything. And it shows up here in the resource list. We see that there's now lots of stuff in it. And we are done with step 1. Step 2, browse imported data. First we look at the types, and we note that before we only had wiki pages, now we have a lot more stuff. For example, and this is Firefox terminology, we have places, which are normal bookmarks. We have place containers, which are bookmark folders, and we have place separators, which are separators. There are also tags, and we'll work more with tags later. And there is a special marker type that gives us quick access to the root. If we click on the root, we see that the root folder only has 3 children. It has a date when it was created, a date when it was modified, and it has a label that is empty. Then we click on the toolbar folder, on the news folder, and then on a bookmark, and this is now a real bookmark. And this bookmark we can also edit, and there is a label, a URL, and the 2 dates. We can change something here. Save the change, display the change, and also note that the editing we've just done, that is possible because Hyena comes with a lens for bookmarks, and this lens can produce both editors that have this form-based editing and this kind of display that you see now. And then we see that the URL is clickable. We can click on it, and the bookmark actually shows up in Firefox. Going back to Hyena, we switch to the tile view, which gives us a little more space. Look at the resources again and filter them so that we only see places. And then we use the special by month view, which places bookmarks in a time grid depending on the dates they contain. And we see that, for example, this bookmark was created at 1722. This bookmark was modified at 2016, and we can also filter by time predicate. These are computed by our Sparkle query internally. Then we say, okay, let's see what things were modified, and we see that in December 2007 only this one bookmark here has been modified. And this concludes step 2. Step 3, embed bookmarks in a wiki page. So for embedding, we want better access to the bookmarks. We would like to access them via their tags. So let's take a look at the tags that are there. We have 4 tags, and they're very similar to bookmarks because they are basically just Firefox folders with a different type. And the first thing we can do is we can already look at what bookmarks have a given tag by looking at the inlinks, by looking at who points to the tag. And we see that, for example, SEMweb is pointed to by Planet RDF and by linking open data to semantic web websites. And they have the predicate bookmark tag that does the pointing. But we can do better than that. We can enable tag-based filtering by creating a facet. Let's do that. We create a facet definition, and this is a lens for editing the facet definition. All we want is to choose a facet predicate, and the facet predicate is bookmark tag. So this defines that we want to filter the values of this predicate, of this property. We save the definition, and then we go back to the home tile, look at the resource list, and here we filter by facets, reload so that the new facet shows up, and then see that 10 resources have a tag, and this property has these 4 values. So 3 bookmarks have the tag dev, 1 bookmark has the tag sci-fi, and so on. So if we double click on any of the values, this does the filtering, and we see that these 3 bookmarks are news sites about development stuff. Let's say that these are the 3 bookmarks we want to embed. So we save the list to RDF. We can display the list, what it looks like when it is embedded, and we can configure what the embedded data looks like. So we can embed it as a table via a lens, can use embedders, but the simplest option is just to display a linked list. Then we copy the anchor of what we have saved, go back to the original resource list, look at the first wiki page, edit it, and do the embedding. Then save it, display template, and here we have the 3 links. And whenever we change the resource list that we have saved, this wiki page will look different too and will reflect the changes. As an aside, the IDs of the bookmarks are stable, so you can add annotations in a different graph, then completely remove all the bookmarks and re-import the bookmark data, and the annotations are going to stay attached to the bookmarks. This is quite convenient. So this concludes our screencast. Thanks for watching.